we dive into the deep end of biological anthropology, we've got to make sure that we have at least a basic understanding of the mechanics of biology. Some of this is going to feel like a high school science review, but just bear with me. First things first, we need to know that all living organisms are built from 4 fundamental types of molecules: proteins, lipids, carbohydrates, and nucleic acids. These molecules form the basis of cell structure and function, making life as we know it possible. Let's dive into each of these biomolecules one by one, starting with proteins. Proteins are essential for nearly all cellular tasks, from shaping cells to receiving signals and responding to them. Proteins are chains of amino acids that fold into 3-dimensional structures that allow cells to function in a variety of ways. They're kind of like the worker bees of the cellular world, taking on roles as diverse as structural components, enzymes, hormones, and more. Next up, we have lipids. These molecules include fats, oils, and hormones. They have hydrophobic tails, which repel water, but hydrophilic heads, which attract it. This unique structure helps lipids form the cell membrane's protective barrier, keeping the inside of the cell safe from the outside environment. Fats, such as triglycerides, store energy for your body, and steroid hormones like estrogen and testosterone act like chemical messengers to communicate between cells and tissues. Carbohydrates, our third category, are the body's go-to energy source. These sugar molecules provide the fuel cells need to function, with glucose being the most well-known example. Carbohydrates are vital for maintaining energy levels and powering cellular processes. Last but not least, we have nucleic acids, the molecules that carry genetic information. The nucleic acids DNA and RNA are the blueprints for life, encoding the instructions that guide the development and functioning of every living organism. Now that we understand the building blocks, let's talk about cells, the fundamental units of life discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665. Cells come in 2 main types: prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes are single-celled organisms, characterized by the lack of a nucleus and membrane-enclosed organelles, things like bacteria. Eukaryotes are single-celled or part of a multi-celled organism characterized by a distinct nucleus, with each organelle surrounded by its own membrane. A key difference between the two is that prokaryotic cells are simple and lack internal membranes or a nucleus. Their DNA floats freely within the cell. But, despite their simplicity, prokaryotes can play vital roles in ecosystems and human health. On the other hand, eukaryotic cells are more complex, with membrane-bound organelles and a nucleus that houses DNA. Eukaryotes can be single-celled like algae and yeast, or multi-celled like plants and animals. Inside eukaryotic cells, you'll find various organelles, each with its own specialized function. The mitochondrion, often called the powerhouse of the cell, generates energy. The endoplasmic reticulum and the Golgi body work together to synthesize and transport proteins, and the nucleus acts as the control center, holding the cell's genetic material. Knowing these basic mechanics of life can help you better understand the work of biological anthropologists who study molecules as a way to identify how humans vary. It'll also help you understand new insights that their research unlocks into the deep human past.